The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wildcard weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Mounties and the Dreadnoughts, and it's all up next.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Up next, a contest that keeps things all in the NFC between these road warriors and the home team. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, and the NFL playoffs are finally upon us. We don't know who the teams will be just yet, but one thing we do know, partner. Whoever makes it through to the end of the gauntlet ahead has truly earned a spot in this year's Super Bowl.
It's really what the regular season does. It gets you battle-tested before you take the field in these playoffs. Where it's win or pack your bags. And when we saw these guys in Week 1, neither of them were...
Where the road to immortality begins for most teams, we're underway from Wildcard weekend. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team as a young quarterback, you want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Encroachment, defense.
So keep that second and short play in your back pockets. The penalty goes ahead and gives them the first.
Automatic first down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing now on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes, they so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be let out by their third-year signal caller.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great, no interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he does what he can there, up to the 25. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Injuries like these haven't stopped them from locking up the playoff spot, Brock. They've been able to fight through them to remain one of the best teams in the entire conference.
I mean, I love that word, fight. It's definitely the key one here. There's been tremendous fight, grit, toughness up and down this roster to keep their level of play despite all these injuries. And they've gotten some tremendous fight out of the players who've stepped into those shoes and taken advantage of the opportunities.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that brings up 4th and short. The Mounties sending out their punt team. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Minute 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 36. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play, and they'll have 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
New set of downs for him at the 38. They go play action on 1st. Throw reeled in by Allen. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's a give up the middle. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. Now hold on a moment, folks. You got a player in some discomfort after that one. He's going to receive some assistance as we take a brief timeout. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They'll throw it into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that will get them on the board.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Return starts at the 9. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. On 1st down, they'll run. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. He'll throw it. That one's complete over the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. He gets 6 on that play, and that gives them the 1st. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
This one goes for 3 yards. And that'll give him a 1st down. Throwing off the play fake here. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Dumps it off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
They'll try and punch it in. And he runs this one in for the touchdown. The Mounties pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Mounties take a 4-point lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense getting all set for this series. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Finds his target, Allen. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a throw. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Looking for a throw here. The pressure's there, and it closes in on him. He's dropped for the sack, and that is what should bring us to the end of this opening quarter. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. 1 quarter gone in our opening round game of the NFC postseason. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return with more NFL action right after this. On now is the punt team for the Dreadnoughts. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 34-yard line. The Mounties back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Play action on 1st down. Throw left side, complete. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
You know what I love about this? Never showing panic. When he leaves the pocket, look at his eyes. They continue to search downfield. They're never looking at the rush. They're finding the open man downfield before running out of real estate.
And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. The rush gets home, and they stick him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Pass play now. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs, just as they did.
And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. Their offense ready to take the field now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here he goes on the bootleg. Caught, nice gain left side. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Design bootleg here. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 3 now. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 41.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Setting up a throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. The rookie from Texas there on the tackle. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Lone back gets the handoff. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And they take him down right along the 30. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw now. Catch made by Allen. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And they're going to have a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Another throw coming on 2nd and 10. The throw is caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. He's going to throw this one. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. He'll throw it yet again. And it's caught. Touchdown. The Dreadnoughts take a 2nd quarter lead. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant.
So we've got a stoppage now. Figured this might be coming. We're going to take another look to see if this was indeed a touchdown. Well, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
So the celebration can resume on that sideline. The touchdown stands. That one splits the uprights. The Dreadnoughts push their lead to 3. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now this offense getting set to work here. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Fits it through the middle. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll give him a 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. To throw it on 1st down. He's got it over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And it'll give him a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Completed out to the left on that quick throw. And he's brought down after a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. So it's the 2-minute warning here from San Antonio. And it's the Mounties who have it, 2nd and 9. They are throwing it again. Dumped off to his running back. And this one does not go far.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Free play here. Let's see what he does. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Offside. Defense.
Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him.
Still 1st down.
A bit jumpy across the way there, and that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Working inside the red zone. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Trying to find his tight end. And that sets up 2nd and 5. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. From the 16. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Dropping back to throw. He's got the 1st down grab and still going. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Back now, pressure on its way. Touchdown. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Mounties take a 4-point lead.
14, Dreadnoughts 10.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Return starts from the goal line. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. They'll come out throwing. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Nearly an interception on that play. So that brings up second down. Now looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. So we're to the half in this NFC Wildcard contest. As we hear from Jonathan Coachman over in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here in the NFC. A 4-5 battle that ought to be a tight one, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. All right, Brock, that was enough of a break. Back to playoff football as the second half of our wild card game gets underway. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Ball at the 33 for first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Hauled in left side. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and it forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game. Offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still second down.
In a good spot here, second and inches. It's a design boot. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered create on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They send a tight end in motion. From the gun on third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down.
Okay, you hear me in my talk back all the time with our producer saying, hey, circle that play. Hey, you just never know. You just never know in this league, in these games that are so close, which can be the play that really sparks the turnaround. And defensively, you needed to get off the field. Defensively, you wanted to give the ball back to your offense in a one-score game, and that third down sack, well, it just did it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt, and they'll get ready to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Allen there to haul it in.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. They'll try and throw it here. That's incomplete left side. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. This offense making its way back out now. They didn't add to their lead last time out. So they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. The tight end going in motion right. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks set you behind the chains, but you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. A tight end in motion now. Shotgun now on 3rd down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Well, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The offense getting set to go. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. He's dropping back to throw. He's on the move. Now he takes it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. And they send a man in motion. Play action on 1st down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Fakes the handoff. Now to throw. Complete out to the right side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Back to throw. Complete out to the right. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Pass play coming here. Finds him over the middle. And this one doesn't go far. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done.
If only every completion could get that kind of result. That's good enough to knock a defense flat on its back.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 32. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Looking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. Here comes their offense out again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain on the run, and we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. We're down to 1 quarter before we determine our wild card winner. Their ball, and they trail here, need to erase that deficit or their postseason is over. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Setting up the screen. Juke the defender. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They go play action here. It is caught left side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
He's got a man left, and he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now, after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 39. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Third and 4 coming up now. They're throwing it. He has the first over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it sets up first down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
From the red zone now. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. He brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Tossing right to the short side. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a big... And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Dreadnoughts take a 4th quarter lead. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Following a touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll throw it. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They are now set for 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And this is going to be a short carry that just reaches the 40. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Throw left side, complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long. Punting unit out now. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes out to the left. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Completed over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Fair catch signaled for and made at the 32-yard line. No return on that punt. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Gets him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Looking to throw. On the move, headed right. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll get it up to the 44. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be a 1st down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Back to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down. Setting up to pass. Finds the in route complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Before the snap on 3rd and 2, they call time. Looking to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. They've got to keep moving quick here. He'll look to throw it. Finds his man over the middle. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Prior to 1st down, they decide to call a timeout. Here he is to throw. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. There he goes, right sideline. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Went to the old well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future. They had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Now the PAT try coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dreadnoughts make it a 10-point ball game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now this offense ready to head back out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And he's there to send that one away incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now it's second down. He'll throw it. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up third down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll throw it again. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Dreadnoughts make the interception on what is the final play of this game. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they're headed to the divisional round next week. Great start to their playoffs and getting the win at home, but the test's only getting harder from here on out. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a well-earned win for the Dreadnoughts as we bid you farewell from San Antonio.